Hello everyone, and today I'm going to be talking about the brand new patch that's been released for Total War Rome Remastered, and this is the patch that I think everyone's been waiting for. I'm going to talk about, there is so much in the patch notes, right? There's all kinds of pathfinding fixes, AI improvements, but I want to focus on the unlimited nature, the all the limits that have been lifted in the new patch. I want to focus on that today. And so basically, the thing everyone wanted when Rome Remastered was released was the faction limit to be increased. And, people speculated perhaps it would be lifted to unlimited. Perhaps it would be lifted to Medieval 2's limit. And now we know it has been lifted and it is essentially unlimited. So there is no faction limit anymore. And you can add as many factions as you want. As you can see, I've done this in Chivalry Remastered. So I've actually added into the campaign Georgia, the Pechenegs, and the Danishmendids. I've also added Bulgaria as a horde faction rebelling against the Byzantine Empire. And it's just not a playable campaign at the moment. And I also added the unplayable papal states, so that's fun. But in any case, no more faction limit, and this is not only good for adding factions just for the sake of adding factions, right? Because you can clone as many factions as you want, but it's also important for gameplay purposes, right? So aside from mods that are incredibly detailed and have unique faction rosters for every faction and have a sort of Europa Barbarorum-esque dedication to detail, which some mods do, having unlimited factions also allows you to sort of simulate a lot of Medieval 1 Total War mechanics that have been lost to the Total War series for a long time now, including having emergent factions, having shadow factions, having rebel factions that shadow every single major faction, right? So you can have all kinds of emergent rebels, all kinds of hordes, and all of that really adds to the gameplay, and it's something that should have been in every Total War since Medieval 1, but hasn't been for various reasons and engine limitations, engine differences mostly. And having unlimited factions allows us to bring that mechanic back. Now, I haven't implemented that into Chivalry Remastered because that's not that easy to do, and I had plenty of other stuff to do. But that is definitely something I would like to do. Add more emergent factions, add shadow factions, rebel factions, right? So that brings us to the second topic, and that is unlimited cultures. Now, unlimited cultures is huge. That is a huge thing because having unlimited cultures allows you to basically make a culture for each faction, and really you're not limited, right? So you don't just lump factions together that don't belong, like, I don't know, Dacians, Iberians, and Sarmatians, right? You can really hone in, make different cultures, and make the campaign feel immersive for the different factions. Now, I have not yet taken advantage of this for Chivalry Remastered because I haven't had enough time to do that. But that is definitely something I'm planning on doing for my mod, and it's something you should be looking forward to, because especially for mods like Europa Barbarorum, adding unlimited cultures just opens up so many possibilities. Now, that brings us to the next thing, which actually was a request of mine before the release. And this is unlimited religions. Now, the Rome Total War engine was essentially limited to 3 major religions, and you could add other religions, but if I'm not mistaken, they didn't actually cause unrest, and the mechanics were not the same. But now there's unlimited religions. And, this is not only important from but they have not only added unlimited religions, they've also unlocked the ability to have religion groups, right? So you can have, like in Chivalry Remastered, different kinds of Christianity. So in Chivalry, I have Catholicism, Eastern Orthodoxy, and Apostolic Church, right? So these are three branches of the same family, Christianity, right? So because of that, they still cause unrest to each other, but not as much as, for example, a pagan settlement or a pagan population would cause to a Muslim faction, or a Catholic settlement would cause to a pagan conquering faction. So that really adds to the gameplay. Now, I have not been able to play with that too much because I still want to add more religions. I have not had a chance to add a Shia Islam, which of course would be the religion that I would put for the Fatimids. But that really changes up the gameplay as well. It makes it more immersive because, the original Chivalry was a very immersive campaign. I really enjoyed it. But the limitations in terms of having just everyone is, there's just Christianity and it's the dominant religion. It's like 80% of the map. That's not the case anymore. Things have been divided, and you can check this out when you check out the mod. The other thing, and of course, that allows me to add all kinds of heresies and emergent religions, and it's going to be great. But I have not done all of that as of yet because that's a lot of work. Additionally, there are unlimited buildings, so that is incredible. I have not personally added too many buildings. I have added religious buildings for the Orthodox churches and the Apostolic churches, but other than that, I have not added buildings. But there used to be a building limit, and now there isn't. That is pretty incredible. So mods like extended cultures, for example, could go as deep as you want into these building mechanics, and that's really something I like. I love building. I'm a Civ player. I really like civilization and building up your civilization. So having that in Rome Total War, that is pretty incredible. Now, there are a couple things I wanted to mention that were added in the previous patch, but I don't know if everyone is familiar with these changes. So there's unlimited units now. So the original Rome Total War had a limit on the units, and now it's unlimited. So you can have as detailed an AOR system as you want. And that's pretty incredible without thinking about, artificial limitations. And that will really, in the original Chivalry, there's one Georgian unit, Georgian infantry, and there's one Kurdish unit, Kurdish infantry. And now I can go crazy with that. I can add as many Georgian and Kurdish units as I want. I have already added the Georgian roster, of course. It's pretty incredible. Now, additionally, there's also unlimited regions that was added in the previous patch, and I've taken advantage of that. For sure, there are a lot of mods that take advantage of that already. There's RAS, and there's Total Conquest by Commissar. And if you want to see a mod that takes advantage of almost all of these limitations being lifted, check out Total Conquest. Really an incredible mod, very ambitious mod, and I will be talking more about it on the channel. Additionally, we have unlimited reforms. Now, this, I think, is the underrated addition, and I think it might be one of the most important ones added in this patch, because unlimited reforms basically means that you can have as historical a progression in terms of the military for all the factions as you want. So, like at the beginning in Chivalry, we can have the nasal helmets, right, for the knights, and then you can have a reform in the 12th century that gives them the enclosed helmet, and then you can have a reform in the 13th century that gives the great helmet as well as the barded horses, right? So that is really amazing. Not to mention reforms for other factions like the Byzantines and Kilikia and others. So for me, like adding unlimited reforms, that already will make a mod like that is as detailed as Europa Barbarorum go to the next level. I think this is my top pick for underrated change in this patch, because I think a lot of people are going to not pay too much attention to this, but stay tuned for mods that really take advantage of these unlimited major reforms, because I know I want to take advantage of it. I am not a scripter. I'm barely a modder, but that is something I want to take advantage of for sure. So those are my this is my discussion of the top changes in the 2.0.4 patch for Total War Rome Remastered. If you're interested in more news about the historical Total Wars and their mods, subscribe, like this video. I am really pleased with this patch. Let me just say that. So in any case, yeah, you can check out Chivalry Remastered and other Total War Rome Remastered mods on the Steam Workshop. I'll have some links in the description below. So I'll see you in the next one.